time-lapse of the future. This is a very cool video. We'll probably skip around a bit because at some point the numbers are you know, it's going to be like winning the lotto 1,000 times. At some point the numbers just don't matter. Doubling our speed every 5 seconds.
The Holocene has ended. What we do now,
Here we go.
and in the next few years, will profoundly affect the next few thousand years. The only conditions modern humans have ever known so far are changing, and changing fast.
Like they use clips from like other movies too.
I know.
Everything
2012 and see Nicolas Cage running around.
is going into one of these jumps, and you don't know what.
You don't know Nicolas Cage isn't going to be there.
It's very true.
The Earth is always jumping.
Magnetic fields flip, so north is now south, south is now north.
Things move on this planet.
So regardless if we did everything right, doesn't really matter.
Right.
Things are gonna change. We are tenants on the planet, let alone the universe.
Sahara was tropical before,
Right.
14,000 years ago.
$70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. Super volcano eruption.
Yellowstone. I'll be dead by then.
Hey, new Hawaii land. So by now, new island chains. Crazy. That makes me sad.
I know.
Beetlejuice! 4 million, 5 million. Huh. Vanish. Saturn doesn't have rings. At 50
Aw.
million. Had a good one.
I hope it lasts until then.
That'd be great. We're due, right? So, new supercontinent. So now we go back. Pangea 2 electric boogaloo.
Fuel.
Now this starts to, it burns off all its hydrogen, starts eating its own iron.
Yeah.
Its core will collapse, and the extra heat this generates will cause its outer layers to expand.
$9 million years. Okay, a billion years.
Now we're
Okay.
going billions.
Its remains slowly cool
I think we can get to another planet by then.
edges of deep space.
Another solar system.
Right. Well, we'd have to do several.
Multiple. 100 billion years. 150 billion
The
years.
sun is the same as for all stars. One day, they must all eventually die, and the cosmos will be plunged into eternal night.
All stars eventually will run out of fuel.
Trillion.
The temperature of the universe drops. The stars, one by one, in the night sky, will turn off. And there'll be no more new stars created.
Strange idea.
And so the
Right.
universe will end not with a bang, but with a whimper.
40 trillion.
But in ice.
Last red dwarf stars die. That's it for heat.
But they could come together and make mass.
It covers that too.
Oh.
It covers everything. We have just begun. This is a 30-minute video. What a strange idea. Like a bunch of just dead stuff. Well, what we consider dead.
Right.
Floating around in damn near darkness all over the universe.
Right.
Sure.
Some of them will do it.
In a billion trillion years, once in a while, this will happen. And then they're gone. It's beautiful, whatever it is.
Right, and that makes a cloud of new solar system.
This always makes me sad. So 200 billion trillion years. If there were to be any life, they would be huddled around the last embers.
I think that's a good run. I think you can just end.
Dyson spheres.
What do you want to
everything
live forever? It's a trillion years.
A black dwarf will be the final fate of those last stars. White dwarfs that have become so cold that they barely emit any more heat or light.
else. So now black holes. So when I watch videos like this, I think this is really, if I were making a universe and the vast majority of time it was just black holes swallowing stuff and then emitting stuff, I'd say this was a black hole generator, not a life thing. Like if the universe isn't about life, it's about developing black holes for quadrillions of years.
If protons and neutrons were just a little bit more charged or a little bit less charged, then none of this would work and atoms wouldn't form and none of this would happen at all.
It's somehow unbalanced, and
so we might be the exceptional universe where we just happen to get it right in order for all of this to happen. There might be other universes where matter doesn't form at all and it just goes and that's it. There's no planets, there's no suns, there's no dark matter. We just happen to live in the one where this happened.
10 trillion years, that would seem normal.
we're still in the degenerate era,
Even if our life dies,
which is kind of like adolescence, I guess.
Why don't they just get a lamp?
Yeah.
in the future, a fluctuation occurs which allows intelligent life to exist again.
It's possible.
So you might have islands.
But he said again because everyone's dead.
And again, that's like ants, or not even ants, man. It's like grains of sand on a giant beach towel. Someone's just pulling apart, and you're like, oh, everything's moving. And it's, we can only understand it from the inside looking out.
Atoms will decay. Well, you know, I need those to live.
Now we're in the proton decay,
Makes us
theoretical era.
spontaneously fall apart.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't. Things don't spontaneously just happen.
Eventually dies away as its protons disintegrate.
Disintegrate? What does that mean? Like where? To what? You can't be
Well,
dust.
they would split into their different quarks, and then the quarks wouldn't come back together. I mean, but the quarks do come together.
And they still exist.
Right.
Quarks. So
Nothing disintegrates.
That's what
I mean, it fails to integrate, but it doesn't go nowhere.
maybe that's just the way they're explaining it. Like our
Right.
understanding doesn't.
The matter
Well, our understanding definitely doesn't encompass what is going on right here, but
will eventually evaporate away. Of our once rich cosmos will be particles of light and black holes.
This is the real beginning of the universe.
it's a million, trillion years from now.
No planets, no stars. No material that you could touch anything.
Right, because nothing can get away from a black hole in any meaningful way.
No. Yeah. No, I don't like thinking of the universe like that. Like
No.
we're a rounding error. We're not even a rounding error. What does that mean? Like what? How?
The arrow of time creates a bright window in the universe's adolescence, during which life is possible.
So whatever were to, if there was something to make us, or make this, and I know that's a very human way of thinking about things, why would they make something like this that was just a black hole factory for this long?
Filled with black
I mean, I know time doesn't really matter, but
It seems poorly constructed if it's all about us.
I have notes for the universe directors.
The trillions are going really fast,
It's exponential gobbledygook now.
but it's hundreds of trillions of trillions of trillions of trillions.
Just makes me wonder if is there an energy or a purpose? Is the universe sitting on some greater thing's coffee table and the black holes just look cool, like sparkles to them.
But even these will one day die.
Now we're talking about time scales of unimaginable length, quadrillions of years into the future.
Well, I can imagine 50 trillion dollars.
You're so human.
According to quantum mechanics, space is filled with virtual particles and antiparticles that are constantly materializing in pairs, separating, coming together again, and annihilating each other.
What?
In the presence of a black hole, one member of a pair of virtual particles may fall into the hole, leaving the other member without a partner with which to annihilate. The forsaken particle appears to be radiation emitted by the black hole.
That's what radiation is?
That's what Hawking radiation is.
They evaporate away at an increasing rate until they vanish in a gigantic explosion.
You're making it sound like a really long time, and it's depressing me.
Now it's 1 billion trillion trillion.
Like, if I made $1,000 a second, it would take this long for me to have just $1 billion. And then we're talking about a billion trillion. So if you made $1,000 a second, it would take this long to make $1 trillion.
And since we're creating more work for me to edit, this is a picture of Kyle in the future if he existed.
I look great. I knew I was doing that to you. I didn't know if you were gonna say anything about it.
Not slowing down, but it's speeding up.
And this dark energy inflates the universe, right?
Sure. This mysterious stuff that we have no idea what it looks like, if it exists.
This is someone's job to think about this.
Yeah. And can you imagine what they look like?
So what will be the future of the universe? Well, if the dark energy remains dominant and repulsive, the universe will expand forever.
Boring. Oh, that does look pretty cool.
Faster and faster and faster with time.
What does that mean? Like what?
Universe.
70% of the energy of the universe resides in empty space, and we don't understand why. But we do know what will happen.
Like, is there dark energy in this coffee table?
The universe will become cold.
Is there dark matter on Earth? It doesn't seem like there is any, so if it's pushing everything away, where is it?
Don't yet.
Oh,
Right, multiple universes
right.
with
Bubblish.
each own unique laws of physics.
Which doesn't make any sense at all. Of course it wouldn't to us, but what is that? How?
What if space is so big that there's enough room for a bunch of universes?
That's insane. What does that even mean?
It feels like a little kid saying, "You're not going to be my friend anymore, and I'm not going to like you for another trillion years." So there.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm not gonna like you for 18 trillion. But what am I supposed to do with this information?
Well, you're supposed to build a gateway.
To like Doom or?
Yeah. We need an escape hatch to the other universe and just hope that it's not full of demons.
Or people like us that
You can perhaps
colonize and destroy and need to leave their home planet because they destroy it.
Oh, right. Or people like us that watch TV and expect other people to watch us watching TV.
You know what they would look like?
this perhaps is their only escape.
Let's insult the audience.
This also raises a very intriguing possibility.
The audience. They keep talking about things disintegrating, and yeah, but photons go somewhere. I guess they just get so diffuse that there's no
They're not measurable.
way to detect them anymore.
What the hell was Hawking talking about with two particles blink in and out of existence to annihilate themselves and then reappear?
he, you know, he's got personal problems in addition to his physical problems. Who knows what he's on about?
Yeah, we're smart too. Look at the time.
I'm not gonna say it anymore.
You know, I realize this is a really good piece of video for like people who are against the environment or don't care about the environment. They're like, why even buy? Who cares? We're gone into 8,000. Oh, now it becomes meaningless.
Before, at a trillion, it meant a lot to everyone.
And unchanging.
That didn't exist for trillion.
Stops increasing because the cosmos cannot get any more disordered. Nothing happens, and it keeps not happening forever.
You're right. The environment doesn't matter. Let's just
let's burn it all.
Let's just all buy Camaros.
Melody Sheep, congratulations! Great video. Thanks, guys.
So give me a sandwich.